Are you bored by your own music? And do you sometimes find it hard to escape your own songwriting habits? If so, then maybe we can find some constructive and inspirational use from all these online tools nowadays. In this video I want to find out if AI stem separation can help us to write music differently, and maybe we can discover a new vibe in our own music. Let's find out. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Shoegazer channel, where we nerd about effect pedals, songwriting, home production and basically everything that leads to beautiful noise and otherworldly soundscapes. Today I'm kicking off a brand new songwriting series called Songs from the Cloud. A lightly ironic name for a video series about creative songwriting using all these modern online tools. In this first video of the series, I want to try an AI online tool to separate the drum tracks from very famous songs that I love and use those as guides to inspire me to write music that I haven't tried before. This video is kindly supported by Lalal AI, or maybe they're called Lalale. You choose. It's an online stem separation tool that makes it easy to extract any instrumental from any song. They also make it possible to separate vocals, guitars, drums or bass lines only. I want to try today to get the isolated drum tracks from pop songs basically, non-shoegaze songs, in hope to inspire new material. But isn't that stealing? Well, technically it's considered as sampling, but in our example here it's not even that. For this specific experiment I only want to use these rhythm tracks as inspirational guide tracks to kickstart new guitar rhythms and chords and bassline ideas. Once I recorded the new ideas on bass and guitar, I will completely delete these drum tracks and let professional drummers play to my demos. So why would I do this at all then? Rhythmically I have my own artistic habits, so when I write new music it's basically always the same. It doesn't surprise me. So I want to break these habits with hip-hop and dance music from the 90s and early 2000s. So this here is the webpage Lalal AI. Basically what they offer is a stem splitter to extract vocals and instrumentals, drums, bass, guitar, synths, strings, wind instruments. They have a voice cleaner to remove background music and other unwanted noises. They have a voice changer. They also have an echo and reverb remover and a lead and back vocal splitter if you want to separate different vocals that sang on top of each other. Just to make that clear, I'm not the biggest fan of those AI tools usually, but I think we cannot skip it. It will be there if we want it or not. On the other hand, I'm also quite excited what AI will do to our creative process. So I want to inspire you today how you can use it constructively, let's say, without stealing anything, but just to get inspiration from it. In the end, you just choose what you want, vocal and instrumental separation. We want the drums, so I choose drums here. The first song I chose is Monie in the Middle by English rap artist Monie. Probably my favorite rapper out there. It was released in 1990. I really love the groove. It makes me happy every time I listen to the song. So I thought, why not experimenting with this and see what I can come up with. The second song was released in 1995 by Puerto Rican singer Ricky Martin. It's called María and you will all probably know it. Ricky Martin's music is not quite my taste actually, but every time I'm listening to this song I get carried away by a very specific drum section towards the end of the song. It's a samba rhythm. It's so powerful. It's a mixture out of techno and samba rhythms and I really love it. I mean, my name is Kenneth Estrada y Santiago. I'm partly a Latino myself. My grandfather was Cuban and I also grew up with Cuban music, like when I was the social club. I always wanted to try some samba rhythms in my own music, so let's check what I can do with this one. Last but not least, the third song that I want to try was released in 2003 by Columbia Records. And yes, it's the amazing Crazy in Love by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. This one will be very hard as the rhythm of the song is quite famous. The groove is amazing and gets me every time, and it just had to be in the list here. I'm making this video also to share my love for these artists, and I also want to support them, so the least I could do was to download the songs on Amazon to use them now in our stem separation tool. Supporting the music artists that you like to listen to always feels best. So to only get the drums of the song, I now drag and drop the audio file into Lalal AI and let the magic happen. You can see It's going very, very quickly. The machinery is working. Now you can preview the drums here and can listen to the song without drums. So first you will get kind of a demo and then you can split it in full. Now Lalal AI asks us in which format we would like to have it. I said MP3 and I want to split it in full. Without drums, I just download the drums and save it. So now I do the same thing with the other songs and the same process continues. Also make sure to check out the description below. There I have a referral code for Lalal AI that you can use. They have a free version that you can try and you would also support the channel with this. So I downloaded the drum track and now I bring it into my DAW, which is Ableton Live 10. I just started with Monie Love here, Monie in the middle. And I want to chop up the drums a little bit and get a structure from that, something that I can use to jam over, because we just want to push our songwriting here into unfamiliar territory. Here is Monie Love, let's check it out. Let's chop it up a little bit. So first I look for the tempo. To get the tempo right, I just tap it. First we have to cut it here to be exactly on point. For example, here you can see quite well if you are on the right track. This is the one. So once you found the right tempo, I chopped off everything and just kept 4 bars here to keep it simple. And if you are in warp mode here in Ableton Live, you can now also change the tempo. Which is very nice. I wanted to see how it would sound a little slower here, let's say 91 BPM. I also like the bongo drums in the background. I think this is very cool, so I just put on some EQ and compression to make it my own a little bit more. I will double the first part here. Let's see how this sounds. So now we copy this a little bit. Let's have a little guitar and bass jam. So this is my lovely pedal board at the moment. We won't need the looper and the vocal effects, only here some distortion. In this case some digital PV distortion from the Zoom 5052 guitar effects pedal. I really love this one. You can hear why here in this video. I tested it on tape and it's one of my most favorite bass sounds. Here's just some compression. This is the effects loop. So in the effects loop are just 3 distortion pedals. I'm just using 1 distortion. In the end there is some bass cap IR. I don't know which model that is. It's just some bass cap to get the characteristics of a bass amp. So that's basically it. I will just check out this bass line that I lately jammed with. So the next one here is Ricky Martin. I'm mostly interested, as I said, in one of the last samba rhythm sections here. I think it's here somewhere. That's a very nice samba rhythm. It has lots of energy. I will chop it a little bit. Okay, let's just loop this one here. And maybe this second part as well. Just cut off this here. We copy it as well to this spot. So we have a loop. And I will also copy this like 3 or 4 times. So also here I put on some compression and EQ. Actually the techno bass is a little too much for me. Let's see how it would sound if we just change the tempo a little bit again. So as I said, this is just to get a vibe of the music, a vibe of a samba rhythm. In the end we will delete this track anyways and let some professionals try their drumming styles on top of the demo. So now let's jam a bit. I want to try out something, I don't know, a little salsa-like or a little Cuban-like. So last but not least, let's check out Crazy in Love by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. I just chopped it a little bit here. This is quite cool, maybe we take it a little bit slow. Maybe like this. Put on some compression, maybe here cassette EQ. So it gets a little cleaner, and use the fuzz. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, I love this. So a little more treble here, also the subs, and a little more than 50% of the whole effect. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of delay on drums as well. So let's check this out. I took off some of the lows here and just used not quite 50% of feedback and not quite 50% of the dry-wet signal. Yep, that brings me in the mood to jam to it. So I found this very helpful to shake off some of my songwriting habits. I don't know, what do you think? What song would you like to rip the drums from and to write something new with? And also let me know, have you tried some AI tools for your songwriting process? Feel free to drop it in the comments. I find Lalal AI quite helpful to get the groove of songs that I always loved and maybe to create something with that same feel. But as you could see, once you change the tempo and the sound, it gets something completely new. If you found this video inspiring and helpful, feel free to leave a comment and also subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit the bell button so you keep on track and it also helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to check out my music as Uncanny Valleys. You can listen to it on Spotify and you can also buy it on Bandcamp. And if you want to become a member of the Shoegazer Squad, you can also do that on Patreon. The links are all in the description below. On Patreon you get early access to my music, behind the scenes content, Ableton Live templates for shoegaze music, and also digital assets like impulse responses for reverb pedals and effect presets for very common multi-effects pedals. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you see you next time. See you later.